You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show, a wrestling podcast with attitude.
We've got quite a lot to get to today. The first thing I want to say is I'm going to go over a lot here, so I hope you're ready to sit down and, I don't know, play a video game, play with your mom, play with something, I don't know, play with your balls, play with your gash between your legs, I don't know. Seth Rollins speaking up, the Kabuki Warriors, whatever you want to say. Kabuki, Kabako, Smacko, who knows who they are anymore. The Viking Raiders, chair shots to the head, Dean Ambrose, Tony Khan, and of course, a Raw preview, all here on this podcast. Plus, we're going to listen to MJF to lighten the mood in a minute because it's fucking hilarious. Hope you guys can click down below and leave a like, leave a comment, whatever you want to do. Also want to say to you guys that on Patreon, I put questions up for Morning Madness. Right now, there's only 2, so I don't know what's going on there. A lot of people make sure your Patreon wasn't declined or your card wasn't declined. That's something that's happens this time of the month every year. We've got a lot more to get to over there, so podcast coming this week and all kinds of bullshit you don't want to miss. That being said, I want to thank 27 Freddie Mitchell, Arknolia Strokelbean, Austin Caucci, Awonddy Big M, Brian Harper, Broken Lion, CJ Bradley, Dan Gonzalez, Frog Kid, Gary Metzler, Gerald Armstrong, Jason Tarr, JayyMenAce, Justin McNeil, Mikey Gwaz from Brooklyn, Mikey Tukrike, NickY J, Ryan Pelletier, Gallo de Oro, SithNegan, SoCom Kastle, The Bear, 1322, and Trey Hendrickson, all $25 and above producer level patrons. Thank you guys for boosting up that Patreon and everybody that hung out on the gaming stream the other night. Let's get right to wrestling. First of all, Eric Bischoff talking about his new WWE position. He's moving to Connecticut apparently, which is weird because he was out somewhere right in like the northern western, like I don't know, Oregon or Washington. He was out somewhere, and I know he was doing the whole beer thing for a while. I don't know if he's still doing that. But, I always thought we were going to get Eric Bischoff on the podcast for a nice sit-down, big talk, big hangout, whatever the case may be. Maybe this is part of why he pulled out of FanFest in Rhode Island, because he was meeting with WWE or something like that. I guess it would make perfect sense to why he did that. You know what I mean? Because, it was strange that he randomly pulled out. He said, I'm overwhelmed with the support, positive response I got on social media following the WWE announcement. He talks about taking over in Fox in the fall. This opportunity is an entirely different ballgame. This is a sophisticated company in WWE. They have a great team in place. He talked a whole bunch about this stuff. Me, my wife Lori, and my dog Nikki are loading the truck and heading to Stanford. Wow. With only the clothes off our back and a few boxes? What does that mean? And we're going to start over from scratch. What does that mean? You know what I mean? I would love to know what that means. Does that mean, did he lose all his money or something? He didn't have any money? He's going to start over? All of his possessions and pool table or whatever he's got in his house, is he selling his house? I mean, what the hell does that mean? It really drives me nuts. With the shirts off our back? What are you talking about? What is he talking about? What the hell does that mean? I don't know. That's so weird. We are going to get into the Raw preview and a bunch of other stuff, but Seth Rollins speaking up for the company. Of course, Seth Rollins saying that Dean Ambrose took his ball and went home. We've been over this several times here on the show, but let's be over it again. I think it's dumb, but I get why I understand why Seth Rollins is sticking up for himself. He's the champion of a company. Let me fix my microphone here. He's the champion of a company. The ratings are garbage. People are going to blame him. He's getting defensive. I understand why he's getting defensive. I probably would be too. But the fact of the matter is, Seth Rollins is a mid-carder who is right now the face of the company. And I think Shawn Michaels is better than Seth Rollins as a wrestler and as a promo. Yet Shawn Michaels was even champion during a downtime in the company and was considered that way by a lot of wrestling enthusiasts at the time, especially people who loved guys like Macho Man and Hulk Hogan and the 80s wrestlers. A lot of people at the time were like, this Shawn Michaels guy, he's like... And I remember there was a lot of people that didn't like Shawn Michaels because he was, flamboyant. You know what I mean? Like, I remember people calling Shawn like, ew, that guy's like gay or something. I can remember people saying that. But as a kid, I loved Shawn Michaels, man. I was like, when the boyhood dream came true, see, I had been into Shawn Michaels for 6 years prior. I had wanted Shawn Michaels to become champion for so long. I loved him as an Intercontinental champion. Like, I really did. I just loved this guy. Like, I loved him as a heel. People booed him. And there I was having to, like, cheer. I'm cheering for this guy, but everybody's booing him. It was like I felt alone on an island. And then eventually, you know, you had people calling him, like, gay and shit. Like, oh, he's gay. And, like, with the mirrors and all the stuff he would dance around. I loved him, though. You know what I mean? And I don't care, like, if you're gay or not gay or whatever. But people just didn't like the flamboyance is what it was. But I just loved him, man. I loved him since the Rockers, man. I loved the Rockers, and I loved him when he turned on Jannetty. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was horrible, but like at the same time, I thought it was awesome. And that's kind of been a theme in my life. You know, it's like I like that bad guy sort of thing. Like I like that he turned on him. I like he said, you know what, F this. But part of me was like, why is he doing this to his friend, you know? But there was a part of me that was like, this is the shit. And anyway, I went on to just love Shawn Michaels and all this shit. But the bottom line is Seth Rollins is not Shawn Michaels, man. On the microphone, he's like, hey, I tell you guys what, I'm going to burn it down. Like, it's just so lame compared to Shawn Michaels. The wrestling, too. Shawn Michaels did, I don't know, man. The wrestling back then was just so much better. Michaels looked like he's getting hammered all over the place. He's selling everywhere. The way the guys sell now is so stiff and everything that it just all looks the same. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but to me, it just all looks the same. It looks like it's all the same stiff crap. But again, I don't blame Seth for being upset and confused and angry and lashing out, I guess. You know, Dean Ambrose took his ball and went home. Yeah, he took his ball and went home. Yeah, after he gave his notice and, like, you know, carried through with his contract and did whatever the WWE told him to do. You know what I mean? And I think Seth Rollins has been one of the few guys in the company that's actually seemingly tried to do things, but he's also been given things to do. Seth Rollins has been given way better things to do than Dean Ambrose. So you can see why Dean Ambrose is leaving the damn company, or left the company, rather. It's already happened, but you know what I mean. I can see why it happened. By the way, for the random people in the chat that are going to be like, what's up with your ear? How's it feeling? The pain is almost gone. There's just these little winces, and it's itchy, and discharge is coming out of it, and the ear is almost swollen shut, so I actually can't really hear out of it because it's swollen shut almost. I don't know what the fuck's up with that. I looked it up. I guess it can happen. I don't know. We'll find out. Will my ear ever be normal? Maybe next week. You know, maybe by next week it will be completely healed, or maybe I'll get a reoccurring ear infection. I don't know. But anyway, got that out of the way for people who want to know. I'll get into that more on Morning Madness on my Patreon. By the way, guys, if you guys like what I do and you like these videos and all the things I do, live donations are great, but of course, also, check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Download the app on your phone, become a patron, re-up your Patreon, make sure it's up there right now. It's the first of the month. We need patrons to sign up. We need everybody there to keep my show going, or, you know, things will change. But if you want, check it out. You certainly don't have to do anything. Otherwise, just share this video around, like the video, let people know about the show, and try to spread the word, man. If you guys can get 5 new people into the show, maybe one of those people will become patrons, and they'll enjoy Patreon. Patreon's full of extra content you cannot hear on YouTube. Download audio, MP3s, my other podcasts, blah, blah, blah. Kabuki Warriors, where the fuck are they? We don't know where they are. I don't know. Check under the rug. Paige is showing some dissatisfaction and some anger towards this. I would agree they had debuted them. And then they disappeared. Why is women's tag team not being featured? Why are they not having these matches? At the very least, they could use the women's tag team championships to defend them on SmackDown or Raw, whatever it is. I don't even know if they're on Raw or SmackDown anymore. I think it's SmackDown, but I don't remember anymore. If somebody was here to tell me, they'd probably tell me, and I'd know, but I don't know. I don't remember. But why not have those tag team championships almost like right now prominent on TV? Maybe, you know, have them defended weekly, maybe eventually have somebody win the tag team championships on TV. Have the belts change hands, show some competition. I don't know, do something, man. Why are these people here? Why are these people in the company? Why are they here? Makes no sense. I don't understand. People are still bent out of shape. I mean, the Viking Warriors are almost ruined, by the way, or Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders are almost ruined, dude. They were right from the beginning when the name was wrong, and then they changed it again, and like, they are in some serious trouble, man. That is just, not quite on the level of, God, who were the guys that came up? The Ascension. Not quite on the. They weren't beaten down like the Ascension yet, but they are pretty close to that sort of a. I don't know, man. Anybody who looks like they're doing a gimmick out of NXT or a Road Warriors gimmick or something like that, for some reason they come to the main roster and then they just get shit on. So that's a very that's terrible, man, for a guy like Chris Hansen. Chair shot to the head. Cody Rhodes. Let's visit it for the last time ever. There were people that showed that the chair was dented before. Whatever. Anyway, the chair was gimmicked. There's no doubt about it. The chair was fucking gimmicked. He got hit in the head with the chair, and the rim part on the top of the chair. Do I have a chair around here to show you? No, I don't. I do, but it's right here. Right here, this part. This bottom part. So the square part hits his head, but this rim part wraps around the other side of his head, pushing the skin away and slicing his head open. That makes sense. Now I can tell how it split open the way it did in those pictures. Because he got hit like this, and it was right, but when the chair dented or was pre-dented, either way you want to do it, the chair was dented pre or it became dented, either way. See, the problem is you gimmick the chair to bend easily, to dent easily like a cookie sheet. So you swing a cookie sheet at somebody, like it just fucking dents and gives, and it doesn't really hurt. It makes a big smash noise. Sounds cool. Difference is with a chair, it is going to be heavier, but also has that top area that curves. So that curve, when you get hit, it dents, and immediately when it dents, it gives way. So the chair gives way a little bit and slips, and that edge smashed into his head, almost like a vice, because the chair grabbed his head, which is why it ripped the skin open and he bled everywhere. Now, I think that's what happened. I'll never really know exactly what the hell's going on here, whether somebody got cut or they did something else, but he clearly got stitches. He clearly had his head busted open. So I'm going to go with the gimmick the chair, but the top still cut his head, and so they got this unexpected, gash and blood that they really didn't expect. On an unprotected chair shot, and which has become like the biggest story of the show, by the way, unprotected chair shot. All I want to say to the people out there is the people that are crying about that, like, oh, and I know that I tweeted joking around about me taking a headshot when I was in 8th grade or whatever. My point in that wasn't really to make fun of Cody Rhodes or anything like that. I love Cody Rhodes. I love what they did. Let me make that clear. I love what the fuck they did. This was brutal, surprising, and interesting. Hell, it's the most talked about thing that's going on right now. All right? My point was more to the WWE. If in 7th grade, rather than have a guy roll onto his back and take a chair shot, if in 7th grade, this is what I could do, why can't you at least take a chair shot like this? Like, why can't you take a chair shot like this? Oh, we can't have headshots. Why not? This didn't hurt me, and it looked okay. Look. It looked like I tried to get my hands up, but then instead it didn't work, and I still got hit in the head. That's 7th grade. I'm a 7th grader. Did I get a concussion? No. Did I get hurt? No. Did he swing the chair that hard? He swung this chair. Let me tell you something. My 7th grade buddy swung this chair perfectly. He swung it hard enough that it looked somewhat believable, and he swung it not hard enough that even if, I hadn't been able to block it, I wouldn't be dead. And then whatever you do, when you swing it at that sort of level, you're able to smack it with your hands enough, and then if you sell well with your head and your neck, like you just got hit, it's going to look okay. Like, that's okay. I'm sorry, that's okay to me. Why can't WWE do this? So let me make it clear. The unprotected headshot, loved it. I loved it. They gimmicked the chair. It was perfect. Sure, it didn't go right 100%. He got cut open. He got some stitches, but he got some talk, man. Everyone's talking about it. But the groups of people that are saying, oh, we don't need this, and oh, don't do this again, and all this type of stuff. Man, you are babies. Some of you people were ECW fans. Dude, what What a bunch of crybabies, dude. Like, I'm telling you, man, the extreme WWE fans, the paranoia of these groups. I'm a WWE fan and I'm an AEW fan. Is WWE good right now? No, it's fucking horrible. And I enjoy crapping on WWE right now because it's so bad. Is AEW greatest thing ever? No. It's not. It's pretty good. It's been pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait for the competition. But has it done some stupid bonehead things? Yeah. But I don't care about the chair shot. The chair shot was great. That was great. How dare you idiots start complaining about this? Oh my God, unprotected chair shot. Listen, I want chair shots like I just showed you in 7th grade, like where a guy puts his hand up and it's chair shot. But every once in a while, for a shock thing to happen like that, I love it. Even though Cody Rhodes said shock factor's out the window. What? I am still dying to know why in the world Cody Rhodes said that. Like, Cody Rhodes, if you ever listen to this, I don't think you will, but they called Vince Russo a homophobe. They said the Attitude Era was horrible. It's not going to be like that anymore. That was a time I even hated, he said. And then he said shock factor's out the window. And ever since Cody Rhodes said, yeah, that Attitude Era stuff and all that other stuff, yeah, that's not going to be happening. Like, shock factor's out the window, man. Shock factor's out the window. Yeah, ever since he said that, his wife has been slammed by a guy's penis. Several dicks have entered a ring during All In. We had a guy who was slammed Thumbtack's feet first into Thumbtacks, barbed wire match, an unprotected chair shot to the head that resulted in an injury and blood, a guy lubing himself up with oil, another guy who's dressed like Jim Cornette said that got him all that backlash on the internet, people humping stuff, like the librarian shit, like, and just countless shit that, like, is definitely shock factor. But yet Cody Rhodes said this.
Shock factor's out the window, man. Shock factor's out the window, man.
It's not out the window, but you know what is out the window? All of these crybabies crying about, oh my God, unprotected chair shot. Dude, Cody Rhodes and Sean Spears are brilliant, and the AEW did a great job with that. In fact, that was one of the better things that happened on the show. The last 3 matches of Frighter Fest were great. Everything that happened before that, it got worse as it went to the beginning. I mean, the pre-show was just awful. It was awful. And I know that, like, people are like, it's the pre-show. Yeah, I don't care. To me, it was awful, but that's fine. But you know what? I will admit, though, a lot of people like it. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people like that stuff. A lot of people like the lube stuff. You know, I was not a fan of that. It was awful to me. But then again, you know, and then somebody was like, if WWE did it, you'd love it. So that's what I'm talking about with these dumbass audiences. You literally had AEW people telling me, oh, if WWE did it, you would have loved it. Would I? Because I've almost hated everything the WWE has done in the last year. What the fuck makes you think that I would like if a guy poured lube all over himself and got out of a waist lock in WWE? Why would I like that exactly? So that shows me that those AEW fans are fucking mongoloid retards who would say that. Oh, if WWE did it, you'd like it. Yeah, if your mother diddled you with a fucking hot iron, you'd like it, you piece of shit. Just as bad as the WWE fans who are like, you're an asshole, go away, stop watching that. Ah! So now we have double toxic fan bases of garbage. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for these fucking piss ants. But then again, most of this is coming from Twitter. So maybe it's not the fans of either product. It's just the fucking people on Twitter, which we know are fucking idiots. We know that the fucking Twitter wanted this, right? Anybody with an opinion that was real or their own was called a Nazi or a racist or some psycho, and they were kicked off of Twitter in the first place. Like myself. Oh, God, how dare you make a joke about something or be funny or be human? No, this is Twitter. We want robot stupid shit. That's what they want on Twitter. So you got that on Twitter. By the way, I put out a bunch of weird videos on Patreon from my high school days, including one with Leah and one with me just trolling my buddy who was trying to get his project done and I screwed with him. That's available on my Patreon. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, This is out of my fucking mind right now. I have no idea what to do. Anyway, so there's my final opinion. Chair shot was great. Shut the fuck up about it, dude. People complaining about it. Get the fuck. What do you want, WWE? Do you want some more WWE shit? All right. And I hate the fact that they came out and said they gimmicked the chair. Shut up. Shut up. Don't come out and tell me you gimmicked the chair. After, I mean, there's breaking kayfabe, but then there's just like, fuck it. You know, that's just fuck it. Yeah, we gimmicked the chair. I don't know, man. Am I being crazy for that? Is it stupid? Like, hey, they know it's fake anyway. Shut up. We want to hear about it. I mean, maybe that is true. Maybe we do. Maybe you guys want to hear. Maybe I don't want to hear. Maybe I want to believe. But I can't believe if they do that. You know, I don't know. Anyway, Dean Ambrose, whatever. I don't have nothing to say about Dean Ambrose. He's fine. I mean, rather, Jon Moxley. He's fine. Tony Khan. Oh, man. Raw preview. Let's get to the Raw preview. But first, let's go to the... Backstage at Fyter Fest was released by Being Elite, which is great, by the way. If you guys have not seen Being the Elite 159, it's pretty good, man. You go check it out. Just some little cliff notes here from it. I'll play them a little bit.
It's on a first-come, first-served basis. So we don't want anyone running over one another. So if we could just get into a nice...
They want. This is funny. They wanted the referee to be with them during the whole journey, I guess. It's a funny little spot. You'll see it on the show. So watch that. I'm trying to see what else. Oh yeah, they're trying to get Kenny Omega's entrance right, and that was interesting. This little backstage segment. This was really funny. Go check that out. They were making fun of Cody Rhodes and everything. And Dustin.
Should have went to NXT.
I mean, it's kind of funny, man. They're talking about setting up the stage. Kenny Omega, they're trying to get their intro set up. There's a little bit of backstage on that. I do want to give this away because I thought this was hilarious. This is something that you guys know that I've complained about for years in WWE. And not only have I complained about it, but I've been in fights with Road Dogg about it where he says, I just don't understand TV and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, well, you don't understand how people don't behave. So this was a great moment. I'll give this one away, but there's a lot of stuff in here you should watch and check out Being the Elite episode 159 right now.
Like, not for TV, though. You gotta watch it differently for TV. Like that.
Oh, my God. I can see it better now.
Right?
Thanks, Katie.
Just always wondered why they stood sideways. Like, so dumb. It's like distracting. It's not even like, and it's like, oh, it's for TV so we can see them. Yeah, I get it. It looks fucking awkward. It looks stupid. It's like, would you have everybody who's on your wrestling program face the TV all the time? It's like when people are in the ring doing promos now, sometimes in WWE, they're talking to each other, right? They're supposed to be engaged in some kind of fight, but they're facing the camera completely. And it's like, dude, if you're actually in an argument, in a fight, you're not going like, hey, camera, I'm going to tell him what I think right now to you. Like, no, you don't do that. You get in the guy's face. I don't care that there's cameras. I don't care that there's people. I am going to tell you something right now. That's what happens. You don't just fucking face the camera. It looks stupid. Anyway, good shit. The one last thing that I wanted to show was the MJF thing. And it was, I think it was Chris Van Vliet, I think is how you say his name. He's kind of killing it everywhere right now. All his fucking interviews and shit are just showing up all over the place. I'm trying to find my history so I can find the video, but apparently my history doesn't want to pop up. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go.
Star attraction. I'm going
great
to
stuff.
comeback. That's why I am the future of professional wrestling. That's why I am going to be the face of this company. And that's why Hangman Page is just a fluke Seabiscuit bastard with a bum knee. Next question.
Somebody asked you about Sean Spears, if he's your next battle. It seems like the way you finished the fight tonight, the match tonight with Hangman, and the way you've spoken about him, is that your next, the guy you have in your target?
Look, everybody wants to know who I'm wrestling next because, once again, I am the future face of the company, and everybody wants to know what I'm going to do next. Everybody wants to see what I'm going to do next. And the bottom line is, I'm going to do whatever I'm getting paid to do. I get paid by Tony Khan, TK, another very solid friend of mine. So I'm going to wrestle whoever I get paid to wrestle. Will I be very happy to go one-on-one with Hangman Page to finally prove, since I've never been one-on-one with Hangman Page, that every single one of his victories so far since the start of this promotion have been absolute flukes? I would love that. Would I like to get in the ring with Sean Spears, a complete scumbag who hit my friend for no reason, literally no reason, after nothing but amazing friendship? Yes, I would love to get in the ring with Sean Spears. I would love to get in the ring with those two people, absolutely. But on any given night, you put me in the ring with any given person, and I can assure you, you are only going to see an amazing match. Next question.
You called out a bunch of gamers' moms tonight. Is there any line that you won't cross?
No. Line? I'm not even near the line. I think it's absolutely preposterous. All these people that work with me in this company, for some reason, they just want to tiptoe. They just want to tiptoe wherever they go. They're so nervous. Oh my God, what if somebody doesn't like me? I don't give a shit what any of you think. Do you know why? It's because I'm better than you, and you know it. Next question.
On that note, Jungle Boy was
Dude, this guy's fucking great. I love MJF. He's a fucking beast. I could watch that. I could watch a fucking 10-minute press conference with him. Now, this is a 5-minute, 9-second clip that Chris Van Vliet posted to his YouTube channel, so you can always check that out. I tweeted out earlier, or I messaged it out on YouTube earlier, so feel free to go check him out if you like. I did not ask him for permission for that video, but I think he'd be okay with me showing about a minute or two of it and promoting him, so I think he'll be okay with that, but I mean, that's up to him, and I don't know. Maybe we'll get him on the show soon. He's seemingly going around everywhere, talking to everybody's everywhere. He's just so damn busy. It's unbelievable. His interests are very, very similar to mine in our backgrounds in digital media, TV, and production, all these things. The only difference is he actually got a job with a real company, and now he travels around hustling to get these interviews done, which is great. And I sit in my office, and I work on shit from my house. That's the difference. I like to be out there traveling, though. I like to get the hell out of my house. I'll tell you that, because nobody thinks I work in my house. Everybody thinks I'm just down here playing around on my computer, and this is a fun time. But yeah, got to pay the bills. I got to pay the bills. So speaking of paying the bills, Patreon.com. Become a patron right now, guys. Make sure your card is up to date. Also become a $25 patron, and you'll get your associate producer credit down below in the description of this video. We'll shout you out all the time. All the shout-outs coming this week, as they did at the beginning of this video earlier today. But now let's get to... Oh, yeah, save the best for last, the Raw preview. I can't wait. What's going to happen on Raw? Paul Heyman is in charge of Raw. But will it really matter at all, or will it matter some point, but not right now, because they've still got other storylines that they've got to go along with? I don't know. WWE.com's official Quick Hits preview for tonight's Raw. This is going to be great. Falls count anywhere. The New Day and the Viking Raiders to throw down in tag team action. I mean, that's okay. Why, I don't know, and whatever, but I guess that's something. I've never seen those guys go at it in that way, I suppose. If that's falls count anywhere, I don't know. How will Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans exploit Seth Rollins' kryptonite? The Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch thing is eye-rolling and puke-inducing so far to me. Maybe other people like it. I'm not really sure, but I don't. The Big Dog and the Dead Man unite, it says. Does that mean the Undertaker's going to be here? I don't know. I feel like they need Undertaker. They need him like every week at this point, which is sad because by now we thought the Undertaker would be retired. By now we thought the Undertaker wouldn't be showing up for shit because he'd be retired, but no, here he is. And if he's there tonight, wow, that shows you something, man. Is AJ Styles in line for a U.S. title opportunity? And is Samoa Joe our next WWE champion? The guy just lost his United States Championship, but now he's going to be trying to become the next WWE champion. However, that's not unheard of. A lot of people have been saying, like, oh, that you just lost the belt. Well, in history, in past history, there's been a lot of times where Intercontinental Champion would be champion for a while, and they would lose the belt. and then they would become WWE champions. So think about this. For all the people complaining about this, and I get it. I get why you're complaining. Why is Samoa Joe going to get a WWE title shot when he just lost the the United States Championship? Well, and maybe it's because he's getting it right away. You know what I'm saying? Like, but how many times did a guy lose an Intercontinental Championship and then go on to become the WWE Champion? But things work quicker now than back in the day, so maybe that's what it is. Like, when did Stone Cold Steve Austin lose his Intercontinental Championship? Or he forfeited it, right, during the neck injury? I'm not sure. But right after that, he became the WWE Champion. He didn't go back to having to fight for the Intercontinental belt. Shawn Michaels put down the Intercontinental belt at some point. And, he won a Rumble and earned a spot for the WWE Championship against Bret Hart. So then you could say, well, he earned that spot after losing the Intercontinental Championship. And having the Intercontinental belt for so long put him on the pedestal to get on the road to the title. So I see that as well. And, potentially maybe you could have had a tournament. You could have had Samoa Joe being a three-man tournament or whatever, a three-man elimination or a tournament of some kind. Hey, Samoa Joe has just been the United States Championship. He just lost it, but, there's a tournament for who can be WWE Champion. Samoa Joe deserves to be in it as a guy who's won United States Championship recently. But it all seems so fast and rushed, and it's going to be one of those things where I guess he's going to get a title shot only because he attacked somebody. So because Samoa Joe attacked somebody, he's going to get a title shot. So that seems to be kind of what they're running with, which in history, that has happened as well. Several times, guys out of nowhere got WWE World Championships championship shots because, this guy attacked Hulk Hogan out of nowhere. Undertaker got one of those, but he was on fire at the time. But you could use more random characters, guys who just out of nowhere, why does this guy have a title shot? And that's always happened because it's somebody for the world champion to take on who appears to be a threat. It's not necessarily somebody getting a shot because of their ability to work through the ranks or what they've accomplished recently. It's they're getting a shot because they happen to insert themselves into a grudge match situation with the guy who happens to be champion. So now, the championship's going to be on the line probably. So, I don't have a problem with that because they've always done that forever. And I like when it's mixed up. I like when sometimes guys get title shots because they earned it, and this guy should get a title shot because he's done so much. And I also don't mind it when once in a while a guy attacks someone or there's a problem, so the guy puts the belt on the line because of that. Either way, those are two different ways to get title matches to happen, and I'm okay with either one because it keeps the different stuff going on. You don't just, if it was, you don't just get a title shot because you attack someone, you have to earn it. That seems like a good idea and a good sports idea and more logical, but it definitely limits the excitement level. It's more exciting that, yes, a lot of times you got to kind of earn your championship spot, but once in a while, some shit goes down, you can work your way into a match. I like the idea of that. So that's me. Maybe you guys don't agree. Maybe some of you do. I don't know. I'd like to hear from you on that. And that's about it. Falls Count Anywhere is actually going to be Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley, I guess. Oh, my God. There you go, guys. Monday Night Raw tonight. Are you excited? Again, check out my Patreon. Subscribe down below if you're new. Hit the like button. Leave some comments. I'll get into those as well. And if I can get a few more questions or whatever topics for Morning Madness up on Patreon, as soon as you see this, you may get it in time for me to use it on the episode that I'm recording right now. Thanks for listening, guys. Monday Night Raw is tonight. I'll be live after Monday Night Raw, as always. My name is Joe Cronin. What do you guys think about all this? Love to hear from you guys. And hit me up on Twitter at CorruptedPod. And that's it. Here's some other videos that you might have missed. Check them out. And I'll see you tonight live.